Oh, yeah. Hello, team. Welcome to this session. Am I audible, right? So today we are here to join the session for the course of AWS. And I am Srujan and I am having experience of 8 years in IT field with an experience on AWS cloud of 5 years. Okay. So coming to the course related information, in the right hand side is a course content where you can scan the course content if you want to download. And in the bottom left hand side, you can see you can register for the course. You can register for it if possible. The course timing is from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. every day from Monday to Friday. And the duration of the course is 5 weeks. Mostly the course duration will be in 4 to 5 weeks, right? And coming to the course fees is 2,499. Okay. And if you have any doubts, please reach out to these numbers and support team also if possible. For any doubts, please contact logiclabsteam.com. And the first 5 sessions will be free. And from the 6th session, the Zoom meeting will be shared to the registered participants only. Okay. And there is no change in the batch shifting. For the further information related to the session, please reach out to the WhatsApp group. I will share in the chat. And whatever the sessions happens, the recordings will be uploaded into the portal called as Crafty, where you can get the notes too. Okay, Logic Lab support team is available from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. So this is what the information I thought to share with you. Let's discuss about the course content so that we can go further. Give me a second. So this is a course content which we are going to discuss and we are going to cover in the coming time. The first thing is we will discuss about the networking basics and then the AWS cloud. Okay. And then we will discuss about the related to certification course. What kind of certifications are to be covered in this and what is the path for it. And then the components of the computing. We will discuss about it. And we'll discuss about the data center also, what the data center is, how it is look like. Okay, and we'll discuss about the virtualization, VMware, and the large scale, right? And the introduction to the cloud computing, public, private, hybrid, expenditure, capital expenditure, and operational expenditure. We will discuss about the networking topics, LAN, WAN, IP address, IPv4, IPv6, private IP address, public IP address. And then we'll discuss about the network address translation, CIDR range for the defined networks, subnetting, divide an existing large network into smaller manageable chunks. We will discuss about the OSI model also. Now the AWS course content will start. We'll discuss what is infrastructure. We'll discuss what is AWS region. We'll discuss about the availability zone, right? We'll discuss about the higher availability, data center redundancy, and the overview of the AWS services, networking, storage, compute, database, DNS, etc. And we will discuss about the identity access management, IAM users, roles, and policies. Then we will discuss and learn about the virtual private cloud. Okay, and we'll discuss about the components of the VPC, like subnet, NACL, route table, public, private, internet gateway, NAT gateways, elastic IP, flow of network traffic also we'll discuss in the VPC. In the computer, we'll discuss Linux and Windows. We'll discuss about the instance type. We'll discuss about the on-demand instance, reserved instance, Amazon machine image. We'll discuss about the storage, general purpose, provision, IOPS, hard disk drives, throughput, optimize, and all. We'll discuss about the snapshot. We'll discuss about the elastic file system also, which will help you to understand. Then we'll discuss about the compute, high availability, scaling of the resources, horizontal scaling, vertical scaling, load balancers, classic load balancer, network load balancer. We'll discuss about the application load balancer also. Next, we'll discuss about the storage part, types of S3 services available. And then we will discuss about the RDS, DynamoDB, Route 53. In the Route 50, we'll discuss about the simple routing, weighted average, latency-based routing, geolocation-based routing, failover. And we'll discuss few other topics, which are simple email services, backup services, and access management, and command line interface also. So these are the topics which we will cover in the coming sessions. Okay. So today let's discuss a little bit about the certification part. What kind of certifications are available in the AWS? Okay. So the first comes AWS Cloud Practitioner. That is the one level. Okay. And next is AWS Solution Architect Associate. Okay. The next one is AWS Architect Professional. Okay. Right. So these are the levels of certification. This is for the beginners. I would say it's like early, means without a real-time practice, we can complete this certification, which is called as an AWS Cloud Practitioner. So most of the students complete or go for this associate level certification, friends. If you don't do cloud practitioner, we can go straight away, write this certification. But caution here is real-time experience. Okay. Real-time experience is required to complete this certification. Going through the course is not sufficient. You have to go with the scenario-based questions. Actually, the certification exam will have a scenario-based questions that will help to understand. Okay. The next one is AWS Solution Architect Professional, which is the next level of certification. To do the professional, you have to go with the associate level. Okay, that will help to understand. Okay, so if you want to go for the professional certification, you have to compulsory complete the associate certification. Then only you are eligible for the professional certification. So these are the path for the associate level. Okay, in there you can do the specialization also. AWS security, AWS SAP specialist. Okay, and then you will have AWS networking path is also there. These are all like add-ons actually. Okay. So as per the practice, if we go with this first, then you can plan for this further certifications, because this is the pillar, you guys, this is the basement for the examination and for the course, and as well as which will help you in the professional level also. Okay. Once you complete this certification, then only you can proceed for these further certification course. Okay. For more information on the certification part, right, let me share you. AWS certification. We search for it. So see, this is the basic level, foundational level. Cloud practitioner foundational. Okay, this is the one which we discussed. If we go a little bit further, associate level. So these are the different vertical fronts. Don't get confused here. The course which we are covering here is for this one. Solution Architect Associate. Okay. This will be covered while going through this course. Okay. So you can prepare for the examination with the help of the current course. Okay. And you may get out what are these developers and the systems. Developer is like if you are a developer, you need to set your career in the developer side, then you have to opt for this vertical. Okay. And if you want to for systems administration, like same little bit like a DevOps only. Okay. So it will help in that. If you go for the professional level, this is the one. You can see solution architect professional and the DevOps engineer professional. It is the next level of you can see here the 2 years of prior AWS experience is recommended for the professional certification. So there are few prerequisites for this. And if you see here also it is showing like strong ID premises experience is required. That means real-time experience is required if you want to go for the certification. So what I'm here suggesting is apart from the course, please prepare in the scenario-based questions also. Try to do the more practical stuff. Then only you will be able to understand the certification path. Okay. So this is what I would recommend to you all. Okay. For the specialized certification, there are many. There are 6 specializations are there. As suggested, security is there, SAP is there, networking is there, okay, database is there, machine learning is there, data analytics is there. So these are the different verticals which will help you to in the current technological advancements, right? Okay. Okay. So we have discussed about the certification levels, means what kind of certification paths are there. We discussed it. Now let's go a little bit further into the part. Okay. So if you come down, right, let's discuss about the types of clouds. I will miss this. What are the types of clouds? Is a private cloud, another one is a public cloud, another one is a hybrid cloud. So we know there are different types of cloud providers there. Let's say Azure is there, AWS is there, GCP is there, right? In same fashion, this is a regularized structure which the people follows. The first one is a private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid. What is meant by private cloud? Private cloud is a cloud service that is exclusively offered to one organization. By using private cloud, an organization can experience the benefit of cloud computing without sharing resources with other organizations. That means whatever the data center, whatever the cloud technology has been established, that is purely being managed by the specific organizations, and those services are not used by the third person. Okay? So they are the solo owner and the solo users for that services. So that is called as a private cloud. Okay. So there will be no sharing of the resources available in the infrastructure. Okay. So in the same fashion, we will have a public cloud. What is mean by public cloud? Public cloud is a cloud deployment model where computing resources are owned and operated by the user and shared across multiple tenants via internet. So it means like the cloud services is being shared among the users or among the vendors. Okay. So that means the resources are managed, resources is shared and consumed by the multiple tenants. Tenants are nothing but the users. Okay. Or the IT firm who wants to establish the cloud services. Okay. So the public cloud providers in the world are, as we discussed, AWS, Azure, GCP, DigitalOcean, Alibaba.com. So these are the public cloud providers. Okay. And you would say the Alibaba also, Alibaba. Coming to the hybrid cloud, the name itself explains it's a combination of the both public and the private. Okay. The hybrid cloud is a cloud computing environment that uses a mix of on-premises, private cloud, and third-party public cloud services with orchestration between this platform. Okay, so this is what the hybrid cloud means. Okay. So let's discuss a little bit further into the public, private, and hybrid. Okay. Coming to the cost, public is a cost effective. Coming to the private, it is quite expensive. Coming to the hybrid, it is expensive. Why the hybrid is expensive is because it is a combination of both public and as well as the private. So the private is anyway expensive. You have to manage it independently. So that is the one. Okay. And the next is security. Coming to the security, it depends upon the cloud providers. Okay. For public, whether it's an AWS, Azure, whatever it is, they will manage. Okay. The next one is a private. Private is a quite expensive one. Okay, because you are the solo owner, you have to maintain in and out of everything. So that's why the private cloud is expensive. Hybrid is also expensive. Okay. And coming to the security level, security is high in the hybrid. Okay. Coming to the sustain scalability, it is highly scalable. Public is highly scalable. The reason is the vendors are there who will increase your productivity by increasing the resource allocation. That is the headache of the cloud providers. Okay, coming to the private, it is limited, friend. Okay, private, what happens once you establish a center, that is fine. You cannot increase the resources because you have to procure again for the resources in that. So that is a little bit limitation in scalability. Coming to the hybrid, it's highly scalable with the right architecture. Okay. Coming to the accessibility, everyone, limited and medium. Okay. So accessibility public can be access to everyone. Anyone can go and create an account and create the services. Private is limited. Now only the limited people will have an access point. Hybrid is having medium service accessibility. Coming to the maintenance, public is lowest. It is less maintenance. Private is highly expensive because you have to maintain on your own. And medium is a combination, so it's a medium state for the hybrid. Coming to the shared resources, it is multi-tenant shared services. Okay. And it is on-prem and the private servers. Hybrid is mixed one. Okay. Coming to the owners, owners are the cloud providers, let's say Azure or AWS. In the private organization, IT firm. IT firm is an organization who are the owner for the private and hybrid also for the same. Okay. And the next one is infrastructure as a service. What is meant by infrastructure as a service? A cloud service provider owns and manages the hardware upon which your software stacks runs. This includes servers, networking, and storage part. Okay. Under the IaaS model, your IT team manages operating systems and database applications, functions, and all of your organization's data. Okay. So this is what the infrastructure as services do. Okay. So IaaS is a self-service which allows your IT company to access the resources and needed through the API or the dashboard. Some of the IaaS providers are Amazon Web Services, Google, and Azure. Okay. Coming to the platform as well. What is the meaning of a platform as a service? It's the next level of service, right? Where they will also, similar to the IaaS, okay, they will also provide the operating systems and the database currently. Okay. That means less work for your IT team. Okay. Your organization is still responsible for applications, functions, and data. Okay. PaaS gives you developer a simple, scalable platform for building applications, much like the IaaS. Okay. You can buy more resources as needed, and because multiple users can access the development application at the same time, PaaS can streamline workflow and enhance coordination. Okay. Some examples of PaaS are AWS, Elastic Beanstalk, and Google App Engine. Next one is a software as a service. Offers the most support and is the simplest of all delivery models for the end users. Chances are that you already use it in your organization. SaaS can be run in a multi-tenancy architecture in which one instance of the software servers multiple users. Typically, SaaS products don't involve a downtime or installation. It's like saving the end users from the needing to manage the software updates. All they are responsible for is data. Okay, that is what is software as a service. So till now we discussed what is virtualization. No, So let's discuss about the point called as virtualization. In the last 10 years back, what used to do in the companies or in organization, people buy the hardware resource. Let's say they have an employee of 10 people, they will buy 10 laptops for them. Okay. And they will give them to every user to use it. It is a quite expensive and they have to wait for at least 10 days for procurement and the processing of the physical machines. But the virtualization has changed those domains actually. So the hardware, they will buy the hardware resources, which will have the highest configuration. Let's say for 500 GB RAM, okay, and a high count of CPU. On that, they will install a hypervisor. What is meant by hypervisor? Hypervisor is simply a software which will work as an interface for the hardware to create multiple VMs on those hardware. Okay, here you can see the VMs are here. VMs are nothing but the virtual machines. Those are using the resources, hardware resources from the hardware services. Okay, and hypervisor are helping to create multiple VMs. What is happening here is on each VM you will install the OS and applications are running. So on a single hardware platform, you're almost running 9 applications with the help of hypervisor by creating the VMs. So what is happening here? With the less hardware resources, the more productivity has been generated. So that is what the virtualization has came into the platform. Okay. So here it is happening is the hypervisor installed directly on the hardware. There's another concept which is called as called as software virtualization. Here on the OS, they will install hypervisor. Okay. So this is the difference between this, but apart from that, all are same. Okay. Right. So this is what I thought to discuss with you. Okay. Let's go a little further and discuss about it. Okay. Let's sign in the console. So this is how the AWS console looks like. Okay. So Tulsam, have you covered this region topics, region and availability zone? Uh, I guess yes. So it is covered, right?
Little bit covered means
Okay.
you are shown as this one regions, zones are not discussed.
Okay, fine. Right.
Regions are discussed.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Tulsi. Thank you. So we covered the region, and let's discuss about the availability zones actually. Availability zones are nothing but this is the region. Okay. In that you will have the availability zones. Okay. 2 and 3. Okay, these are the availability zones. Availability zones are nothing but the further sections of the region. Okay, so here once one region got get affected, another region, another availability zone will come into the picture, not the region side. Okay, in a region you will have a availability zone, and each availability zone will have some infrastructure. Okay, so these are work like a backup. If one goes down, the another will comes and they will restore the services. So this is how the availability zones are selected. But how we want to select the availability zone in the real time is, the thing is, you go to this, you go to EC2 console. Okay, while creating the VPC, okay, we have to select the availability zone first. Okay, so we will discuss that how it is. But for time being, I will show you where the availability zone is available and select it. So go to the instance, click launch instance. Test instance. Okay, and come down. Select the Microsoft. Now, if you come down, network setting, click edit. Okay, here you can see the VPC we have selected. So in the VPC, you will have a subnets. So these subnets are nothing but the availability zones. You can see the availability zone US East 1C, US East 1A. So these are the availability zones which we have to select. Okay. So here you have to select the availability zone here where you want to create the specific instance. So this is how we select the availability zone. But here you may get it out why we are getting a list of availability zones, how it is getting. So when we create a VPC, we will select these options actually, friends. So during the discussion of the VPC topic, we will discuss about the subnets and as well as this known as the availability zone. Okay, so this is how we select the availability zone. Okay, right. So if you want to change the region, you can change the region by selecting the options here, whichever the options you want. Okay, but I would sincerely recommend please use Northern Virginia only. Okay, and please use the services and then stop and delete the services because it's a billable expensive. You will get an expensive results for this. So for the better understanding, create the services and then delete the services. Okay. So now let me show you the further topic regarding how we're gonna create the AWS account. Okay, click sign out because without AWS account we cannot do that. To create an AWS account, we need two things. One is the Gmail, any email ID, another one is the credit card details. Okay. So click on this signing into the console. Okay. And here you can see sign in using the root service email, right? Okay. Here you can see create a new AWS account. Okay. Click for this. Okay. Here you can give the email ID, whichever the email ID you want. Let's say this is the email ID, and you have to give the name for the account. It is mandatory, whatever it is. You can type it as a test labs Okay, whatever you want, it's up to you. Okay, and then when you click verify email ID, okay, you will get a verification email to your email. This is the one. Okay, once you get that email verification email, you have to click that link which is provided in that email. Okay, once you click that email, that will confirm us that yes, the user had shared the correct email. After that, you have to give the credentials, you have to give, sorry, the names, okay, your details, whichever they ask, let's say your address and all, and it will ask to set a password for it. You set a password for it. And next it will ask for the credit card details. Here you may get a doubt, what's the use of credit card details? Credit card details is like an authentication. As per security norms, they take the they take the credit card details. Okay, if you have, please, if you don't have, then get it from somewhere with the help of your friends or someone. And after giving the credit card details, it will ask and it will take like 1 rupee deduction from your credit card as an authentication. Okay, and after that you click next, your account will be created. So whenever you log in back to the new account, you have to connect it with the email ID which you have shared, the first thing. Okay, you have to give the account name also, and then give the required password. Okay, so in this way the AWS account is created in the infrastructure. Okay, for the practice purpose we will do. So this is a root email ID. Okay, so root email ID is an important email ID. He is like a universal user. Okay, he can do anything in that account. Okay, so this is how the AWS account is created. So any doubts, friends, in this? Anyways, I will show you how to create it in the tomorrow morning session. Okay, so this is how the AWS account is created. Okay, so any doubts in this, friends?